The Dalvik folder consists of Dalvik virtual machine related code. Even though ART was introduced long back, Android still uses the DEX code. In this folder, there are modules supporting DEX code generator and Dalvik exchange. Under the Dalvik folder, you can find DEX gen. So this module is basically responsible for generating the DEX files. So this is basically the DEX code generator project. And here you can find the Dalvik exchange. This basically takes in the class files and converts it into the VM format. And there are some docs related to Dalvik which you can find here. There are some tools and OP code gen. Next we have the developers folder. Inside developers directory you can find some demo and sample Android project provided by Google with each new version of Android. Under the developers folder, we can find some demos and samples. So there are many samples related to TV, sensors, render script, notification, and many more. Next, we have the development folder. Under the development folder, you can find application development related modules or tools. Here you can find the development ID like Eclipse, IntelliJ, C-Line. Lots of sample implementations are available under the sample folder and many other folders to support app development like Python, VNDK, etc. So the developers and development folder are mainly for reference, and it also contains some of the tools which could be used for development. These folders contains a lot of reference sample projects for the application developers, which are really helpful whenever there's a new Android version. So under the development folder, we have a lot of sample apps here. So whenever there is a new feature in Android, you can look at these folders to find a sample implementation directly from Google. And under this, there is a tools folder where you can see a lot of tools like WinScope, RepoDiff, IDE Gen, Emulator. And under the IDE folder, you can find these IDEs like IntelliJ, Eclipse, and C-Line. Next is the device folder. Under the device folder, you can find device specific files and components. Here we can find the supporting configuration and driver files required for development boards like Linaro High-Key, TI board, AM Logic board. Under the device, you have different directories for different boards. Here it is the Linaro High-Key board. You can find High-Key related modules here or supporting drivers, and the High-Key kernel is available here. Similarly for the Dragon board and the Dragon board kernel, and there are some Google related drivers and dependent modules are available here. This is for Google Car and AM Logic. AM Logic consists of the kernel and the drivers basically for the Vim3 board. So for AOSP development, we mainly use either High-Key board, Dragon board, or Vim3 board. So you can find all the drivers for them here. The external folder consists of the open source project imported into AOSP. This folder contains a lot of dependent projects used by AOSP like Dagger 2, Exoplayer, Flat Buffers, ICU, Jackson, Rust, and many more. There are around 347 dependent modules as in AOSP 12. Under external, you can find numerous number of folders. These are all open source projects which are used by AOSP. So you can find all of them here like Python, Rust, TensorFlow, TinyXML, SQLite you can find here. So there are plenty of open source projects imported into AOSP.